Hey, what's going on, guys? How are you, meatballs? This is your 100% correct elite guide to unlocking this insane chainsaw blueprint and these cool new schematics within Modern Warfare 3 Zombies by completing the Season 3 Reloaded, Act 4, Mission 3 Union, plus some additional Easter eggs. I also have some amazing tips and tricks that I've come across in the hundreds of hours I spent curating this guide, so whether you're solo or co-op, despite the great challenges you may face, you'll be good to go. Again, this guide will be super in-depth, explaining everything you need to know, clearing the air on tons of misconceptions from the story mission, all the way to the Elder Sigil Dark Aether, to the insane new permaperk abilities in the Dark Aether, and much more. Plus some really cool new secrets that I have seen nobody talk about. On top of that, I will be providing you with a powerful cheat sheet for Urzikstan and all 3 Dark Aether maps within MW3 Zombies that you'll be able to use to locate anything and everything you may need on your journey to eliteness across the entire game. For the constantly updated ultra high resolution versions of all of these maps that you can zoom all the way in on as well, join my explosive COD Zombies community server, the Meatball Army, obviously for free, with a link down below in the description. Also, if you're looking to team up, you can definitely X people in there. Tons of people playing every single day. Now, I also already have more additions in the works for these cheat sheets, and I'm working on a potential unsolved Easter egg as well over my daily Twitch streams, currently on a 38 consecutive day streak, so make sure to come out to those and stick close to the channels for any and all updates. Last thing before starting, feel free to skip around using the timestamps for the chapters in the description, though it's recommended to watch the entire video for the sake of full understanding and to not miss any tips scattered all throughout. Still, do whatever you wish. Class setup and pregame. As always, I personally run the WSP Swarm dual wielded, healing aura, decoys, and powerful schematics available to use. There may be certain guns that are better than others, but this is my personal favorite class to run. The Aether Blade and Gold Armor Plates are also the best possible things to run in terms of schematics. In any and all games, you'll be completing steps in for the quest. They truly make everything significantly easier on you. There is no argument there. Now, though being insanely overpowered isn't needed as much for the story mission, which is the first thing we'll be covering, being adequately set up does go for every single game you'll be doing as part of this full quest. Complete Union Story Mission. On your Zombies main menu, select Story Missions and change your mission to Act 4, Mission 3, Union. When set up in your game with at minimum a Tier 2 Pack-a-Punch purple weapon, enter the Dark Aether Rift via the E4 coordinate of the map. Here, just follow all of the prompts and you'll be able to finish everything fairly easily, but let's go through it. First, follow Ravenoff. After that, 2 crystals, which will be marked in-game for you, will spawn. You must simply interact with the crystal to inspect it, then listen around the area for rune stones with symbols making very loud noises. A quick note would be that all of the rune stones will be within the yellow circle on your mini-map in the top left-hand corner of your screen. Anyways, after interacting, 3 symbols in which match the rune stones on the walls will appear in front of the crystal. Simply shoot the rune stones on the walls in the order presented to you in front of the crystal from left to right. When done, where the code sequence was, will be a fully formed red crystal that you must shoot to shatter. That's one of 2. The other crystal can be found marked on the other side of the map. It must undergo the same exact process of interacting and then shooting the correct symbols in the correct order when given the code. After shooting all 3 correct symbols, shatter the red crystal once again by shooting it, and next you'll have to return to Ravenoff at the marked point on the map where you'll have to watch Jansen do an animation to move on to the next step. From here, 3 seals will spawn, each marked in the sky with a yellow glowing light, kind of like the mystery box, and all you have to do is get to them, but to get to them, you may have to actually just parkour and climb up different kind of weird angles, as you may notice, but get up to that seal, interact with it, and then collect some souls. When finished, the relic item associated with each seal, indicated on the front of the seal, will fly up out of the Dark Aether. That's not really important for anything, but I just thought if you wanted to know what was going on, that's what's going on. Anyways, as I said earlier, there are 3 seals you must do this for. Go to each seal, interact, collect souls, move on. Now, the 4th and final seal will only be accessible upon completion of the first 3 and will be marked separately with another yellow light in the sky spawned under the entity. Activate the special seal for a boss named Toxia to spawn. Shooting this boss will damage it, but at some point the health bar will go gray and some new marked mini bosses will spawn. Toxia will try to regenerate her health from this boss. You will be able to once again damage and kill Toxia only after killing these mini bosses as well, meaning that Toxia only takes damage when you see the health bar is red. And killing Toxia will spawn a reward rift with a guaranteed gold giraffe toy. Pick up the toy and then interact with Jansen to have her escort you to a rift leading out of the Dark Aether. Now that the story mission is done and you've acquired the first gold relic, in the next game or games, you'll be finding the remaining relics and upgrading them to reveal a brand new Dark Aether rift where you'll be able to finally get your hands on all of the new schematics and rewards. Purple Relic Quest. Please note, it's assumed that you're already set up when doing anything quest related. This includes getting a dog, especially and specifically for this quest, as you'll find everything later is a great challenge, and the dog is actually required for one of the steps. On my elite cheat sheet for the Urzikstan map in my Discord, you can see all of the potential doghouse locations. Also, in terms of these purple relics, just wanted to mention that they can be obtained in any order, as well as technically you can actually upgrade them in any order as well, meaning you can get one game, upgrade it, and then go into another game. But the goal is to get them all at once and then upgrade them all at once, hopefully with no issues. Lastly, if somebody in your party has already opened the Dark Aether Rift for this new Dark Aether by doing this quest, they will not be able to re-obtain all of the items, and there's no reason for them to, because they already have the rift open themselves. Have that person that has not unlocked the Dark Aether Rift get the purple relics by doing the steps themselves. It can be in the same game, it just has to be done by the person who has not completed it already for the sake of everything working properly and glitch-free. Purple Science Journal. Locate the Aether Storm on your attack map denoted by this icon. It's recommended to use a gas mask as you'll be fighting extremely tough and fast zombies on top of the fact that you're being suffocated to death by storm gas. That said, go into the storm and kill zombies until you get a reward rift to spawn. You do not have to shoot or kill the Stormcaller at all. Just kill storm-infected zombies as safely and effectively as you can. Eventually, a reward rift will spawn with your Purple Science Journal. Imaginary Friend Drawing. Locate the house at the I-7 coordinate of the map. Go upstairs into this bedroom and go prone on this side of the bed. Under the bed will be some kind of urn. Interact with it and wait a few seconds for a reward rift to spawn with your Purple Imaginary Friend Drawing. Please note the interaction could be a little bit weird, so if you don't get a quote from the entity, go back and interact with it again. Purple Laptop with Stickers. Obtain a friendly dog either through the Dogbone schematic or for free via the dog houses around the map. Locate any of the mercenary camps around the map denoted by this icon. Lead your dog to the sergeant at this camp. The dog will have to kill this sergeant. Now, I do recommend to do this in the Gray Zone camp and to just run around not shooting anything. That's the easiest way. And there's a chance that you will die, but who really cares? If somehow you didn't know, the dog revives you. And as I said, the main job of the dog is to kill the sergeant mercenary, which will be labeled sergeant. So let him do his job and kill that sergeant. If you die, you die. The dog will revive you afterwards. And after the dog takes out the sergeant, a reward rift will spawn with your Purple Laptop with Stickers. This concludes the Purple Relic. Now to upgrade them to Gold. Gold Quest Relics. As with all the Dark Aether Easter eggs and relics, you will obtain the first gold item from completing the story mission. That item in this case is obviously the golden giraffe toy. Now the cool part about the upgrades for the remaining relics within this new Dark Aether Easter egg is that they are all upgraded via practically the same process as you'll see. So upgrading all purple items to gold actually just requires that you complete the brand new red zone, what I'm calling the Triangle Trio Triangle Alignment Easter egg. Triangle Trio. Took me a long time to think of that, so please use that name. Either way, it's that Easter egg with one additional step. There are also many issues and misconceptions surrounding this step and Easter egg, so I will do my best to clear the air on all of that right now. Please note that other people in your game can currently interfere with the upgrade quest either intentionally or unintentionally when you're on the soul collection step simply by killing your zombies, because unless they're on your team, their kills will not count and will be wasted. Only teammate kills do count. Also, if you fail any of the upgrades, you will lose the item and have to go into another game in order to obtain it again. Another thing to note is that the first step I'll be showing you could be bugged or seem bugged for a multitude of different reasons, ranging from teammates already having completed the rift quest, to all teammates not having the relics in their rucksack when placing down the relic for upgrade, to other people on the map trying to do the same thing as you at the same time. If anything, wait a few minutes, and if the runes or patterns on the buildings you're supposed to align do not spawn, exfil and do it again in a fresh game. You may have to just wait your turn, but something could also be bugged. Please note that there is an extremely small chance that your game actually does bug like this, but it's not impossible. And one additional thing I would try is, even if you don't have runes spawned or the triangles, go to the upgrade spot anyways and try to place down the item. It sounds weird, but give it a try. That's just something I heard, don't know if that'll work, but in the worst case scenario, that's another option. I also recommend that you attempt to make sure all teammates pick up all the Easter egg relic items and do everything together as a team if possible. Now this is not necessary, but will reduce the risk of any issues in terms of relics functioning properly, not even in terms of safety, in terms of the least buggy experience, and or to just confuse the game the least. You'd want to do everything together. Now the very last thing that you must know is that although this step is another Easter egg within itself, again I'm calling this a Triangle Trio Easter egg, Triangle Trio guys. Anyways, meaning that by completing this step without the Easter egg relic item placed down, you will lose access to that specific rune upgrade location for the remainder of the game if you successfully complete it. And I know that sounds confusing, so if you didn't understand that, what this means is if you just shoot the runes and then collect souls for a regular reward rift without placing any respective relics down and you complete the process, you'll just get the traditional rewards. Obviously, you won't have an item upgraded, but the main problem here is that you will not be able to access the runes a second time within that game for your upgrade if you did not yet get the item to upgrade. This Easter egg is a one-time use Easter egg from each of the 3 triangles. Now, I do believe that after you complete a relic upgrade though, that you will indeed have the chance to do the regular version of this Easter egg again for the actual great rewards it provides. You just can't do it regularly first and then try to do the relic version because the runes will have already been despawned. Meaning the runes, after you do the upgrade version to upgrade your relic, they should actually respawn. It is really finicky though, so it is hard to say that with 100% certainty despite me testing it and getting those results multiple times. Now, I will have separate videos on this and everything else that's new, not tied to the main quest within this update, so make sure you subscribe for that, and of course to join the Meatball Army, the most elite community on the YouTubes. But back to the upgrade. In essence, you must locate 3 triangles in the red zone. The 3 specific locations are to be shown and also will be available in the Urzikstan cheat sheet. Each triangle will obviously have 3 sides because that's what a triangle is, with each side pointing towards a runestone. 3 runestones surrounding each triangle. Wow. So, look in the 3 different directions that the triangle is pointing in, and then shoot the 3 runestones associated with it to prepare the next step, which is just a soul collection. Each triangle and surrounding trio of runes is associated with an alignment location for a specific purple relic upgrade. For example, if you shoot the runes at the F5 coordinate here, this will set up the alignment on the bridge right next to it. This location is meant to upgrade the imaginary friend drawing, so you will not be able to place down the purple science journal at this location for upgrade, for example. Again, this is because this specific location is for a different relic upgrade. You can still activate the steps because it's also another Easter egg, but you will not be able to place down anything but that specific purple relic meant to be upgraded at that specific location. Hopefully this is getting more clear. Now, once you shoot one of the trio of runes, go to the specific associated alignment location, which like I said, I'll be showing you all the locations for everything, as well as putting them on the cheat sheet, and at this alignment location, stand in the spot in which the triangular patterns across the multiple buildings align to form a triangle. This will start a soul collection process in which at that point, you must place down the relic for upgrade within the circle where prompted. Just confirm that before you place the relic down that it's in your rucksack, and then after you place it down, it's gone. Also note, all teammates will lose the item. Now that all of that is out of the way, let's get to each specific item and its locations. Gold imaginary friend drawing. Triangle located here at F5. Runes on all 3 corners as shown. Alignment location also in F5 on this bridge right here. Relic placed down within this circle for upgrade right here. Let zombies enter the circle for a pink glow to appear on them before killing. If you fail, you'll have to go into another game to get your purple item back to try the upgrade again. If successful, a special Mangler variant will spawn, which after killing will provide a reward rift with your gold imaginary friend drawing. Gold science journal. Triangle located here at E4. Runes on all 3 corners as shown. Alignment location in E4 on top of this pathway right here. Relic placed down within this circle for upgrade right here. Let zombies enter the circle for a pink glow to appear on them before killing. If you fail, you'll have to go into another game to get back your purple item to try the upgrade again. If successful, a special dog variant will spawn, in which after killing will provide a reward rift with your gold science journal. Gold laptop with stickers. Triangle located here at F5. Runes on all 3 corners as shown. Alignment location in F5 on top of this building right here. Relic placed down within this circle for upgrade right here. Let zombies enter the circle for a pink glow to appear on them before killing. If you fail, you'll have to go into another game to get back your purple item to try the upgrade again. If successful, a special mimic variant will spawn, in which after killing will provide you with a reward rift with your gold laptop with stickers. Including the giraffe, you now have all 4 gold items needed to open the Dark Aether Rift. Dark Aether Rift pedestals. Activating the Dark Aether Rift just requires that you make your way to the storm at the E4 coordinate of the map and place down all 4 of your gold relic items into their respective pedestals. Interact with the pedestal and then interact with the respective gold item within your rucksack when prompted to place down the item. The imaginary friend drawing goes into this pedestal, the laptop with stickers goes into this pedestal, the science journal goes into this pedestal, and the giraffe goes into this pedestal. After placing down all items, the Dark Aether Rift will form, spawning an abomination and disciple. Upon killing the disciple, you will get a guaranteed sigil. Sigils versus Elder Sigils. As with all Dark Aethers, within Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, you can enter the Dark Aether through either Sigils or Elder Sigils. Regular Sigils provide a max 30-minute Dark Aether experience designed to earn one-time use acquisitions for this Dark Aether's obtainable schematics via contracts with slightly less and weaker zombies, less rambunctious as well. These sigils can be earned via Red Zone, Sigil, or Elder Sigil contracts. For this Dark Aether specifically, people are also reporting that they can get regular Urzikstan schematics within the regular Sigil Dark Aether. Now this is more than likely a bug, but just in case it's not, I had to mention it here because it's quite literally a game changer if this stays in the game. It's a bonus reward for coming into the Dark Aether despite just doing the regular Sigil, not even the Elder Sigil. Now, Elder Sigils provide a max 15-minute Dark Aether experience designed to allow you to earn both one-time use acquisitions and the actual craftable schematics for this Dark Aether's items via the same contracts as the Sigil Dark Aether, with of course the most challenging and fastest zombies in the game. Elder Sigils can be earned via any Dark Aether contracts in the game. Note, just like the Countermeasures Dark Aether Elder Sigil contracts, and unlike the Bad Signal Dark Aether, the contracts within this Union Sigil Dark Aether do not guarantee you the new schematics all in one game. It is RNG. So you could get them all in one run, but more than likely you're not, and you could get none possibly as well. With all that said, when ready, insert your respective sigil into the correct side of the Dark Aether Rift, and then have all players open their TAC map to accept the teleportation to the Dark Aether. Dark Aether explained: all contracts, permaperks, Ripsaw blueprint, and secrets. Note, the contracts in the Dark Aether can be done in any order. Yes, there is an escort contract, so it is highly recommended to have one person use the VR11 as a secondary weapon to continually repair the escort tank by shooting the VR11 at it. Also, it's highly recommended to buy some additional self-revives and cashmere grenades before coming in, as stuff gets very hectic. Now, each contract is represented by a yellow light in the sky, but is also marked on the cheat sheet. Each contract also gives you a permaperk type of ability that will greatly assist in survival, just at the expense of a rucksack space. You will get a better understanding of that right now. And yes, permaperk items are stackable, but no, permaperk items do not exfil with you to bring back into the Urzikstan map. Clock Tower, contract and permaperk obtainable at E2. Contract type, Mega Abomination Bounty. Kill the marked boss, get a reward rift. The permaperk is Mind-Blowing Revelation. Ability, the person that has this skull-looking item in their rucksack will have bosses and enemies outlined, as well as deal significantly more headshot damage to enemies. Water Tower, contract and permaperk obtainable at I3. Contract type, Outlast. Activate the PND and survive within the small area long enough to get a reward rift. Permaperk makes you run at shivering speeds. Ability, the person that has this foot item in their rucksack will both run faster and have all enemies they look at slowly freeze. Roof of Building, contract and permaperk obtainable at F6. Contract type, Escort ACV. Escort the tank around the map to a few different points until it finishes on the bridge. Reminder, you can repair the health of the tank by shooting it with a VR11. Pack-a-punched. Also, during the escort, you will notice that some of the mini bosses will be glowing green. This is because they're guaranteed to give you a nuke drop. So definitely make sure to kill those glowing green mini bosses if you see them, because regardless of if you have the VR11, those nukes are a huge helper when it comes to surviving, meaning that this escort contract in this Dark Aether is much easier than the escort contract in the first Bad Signal Dark Aether. Anyways, the permaperk for this contract is showing you Annihilating Energy. Ability, the person that has this thumbs up hand item in their rucksack will have a chance to have enemies they kill explode. It does seem that it has to be headshot kills. If you wish, you can exfil from the Dark Aether at G4 after completing this contract. The Spore Egg Easter egg for the Ripsaw blueprint. Now, I really don't know what to call this one, but I guess we'll call it Spore Egg. Anyways, if you have bonus time within the Dark Aether, you can take on an additional challenge, the Spore Egg side Easter egg. And this can also be done in the Elder Sigil Dark Aether if you wish, either regular Sigil or Elder Sigil, it does not matter. I do not ever recommend that you do this in the Elder Sigil Dark Aether unless you hate your life. But after completing it for the first time, you will be awarded with that awesome Ripsaw weapon blueprint for the Ram 7 that I mentioned in the intro of the video. You will also get rewards equal to the Elder Sigil contracts when you do this Easter egg within the Elder Sigil Dark Aether. So yes, it is a fourth way, despite there only being 3 actual contracts, to earn the new schematics within the Elder Sigil version of the Dark Aether and to get additional rewards in the regular Sigil version as well. So onto my point before, if you're in the Elder Sigil Dark Aether and you maybe want to try it, go for it, but I wouldn't go into the Elder Sigil Dark Aether to specifically do this. I would do this one in the regular Sigil Dark Aether, but that's up to you. Anyways, this Ripsaw blueprint is called Smoke Signals, and it's a pretty damn good gun with limited ammo, but it has an alternate firing mode that has no ammo counter, as it's a Ripsaw, and it destroys all enemies within the game pretty quickly, including the mini bosses, manglers, mimics, zombies, etc. It shreds them, even in the red zone, if it's tier 3 and gold. Now, I'll first show you how to do this Easter egg, plus explain it, then provide you with a secret tip. So, there are 4 total eggs on the central island of this Dark Aether map, 3 mini ones that you must destroy first, and then a main one that's destroyable after the 3 mini ones are gone. This Easter egg does not unlock until after you complete all 3 contracts within the Dark Aether though, so after beating them gem, then you head to the central island, and at the following coordinates you will find the eggs. In this location at F3, in this location at D4, and at this location at F4. After breaking all 3 eggs, shoot the larger main egg at this location at F4. It will burst open, revealing a mini boss fight. Now this disciple style boss works the same way as the story mission boss in that it only takes damage when the health bar is red, meaning you have to eliminate any bosses that it specifically marks and spawns in. Obviously it spawns these bosses in to try to repair its health, but once you kill those bosses and then take out this disciple boss, you'll automatically get your blueprint, smoke signals, and will be able to collect your additional rewards from your reward rift. Now here's that secret tip I teased earlier. You can actually do these eggs without beating any of the contracts within the Dark Aether by using PhD Flopper. Here's how. If you don't complete any of the contracts and come to the egg island, the eggs will be white and unshootable. However, if you have PhD Flopper, you can dolphin dive directly at the eggs a few times and it will actually reveal the egg. Now the hitboxes on them are very finicky, but as you can see, the eggs are unlockable by purely dolphin diving with PhD right at them. Now this could be useful if you either fail a contract or just want to only fight this boss for whatever reason in the Dark Aether. It's just a cool little secret tip. Thanks to Infamous Chris LOL for that tip, by the way, from my Twitch chat. Closing statements. There are leads for another potential Easter egg within this Dark Aether, so make sure you're subscribed, and as soon as it gets solved, I'll pump out another Elite guide for that alongside the other awesome stuff I have planned. Drop a like and sub to join the Meatball Army if this helps you out. Huge shout out to Jack Mayfire 18 and Inazuma Flamer for helping me out with footage, as they always do. Take care of you meatballs. Peace.